Hi, good day everyone. So welcome to this chapter 2 of Operations Management titled Operation Strategy in a Global Environment, right? So today we are going to look at what are the strategies used by companies in the global environment, in the globalization. So when we talk about global operations, we need to know that they have global strategies, right? Operation management is involved with strategies, the strategies to how improvise the operations of each and every companies that we are collaborating with, right? So when we speak about global operations, then we need to have global strategies. So the first one is going to explain on the examples that we have in different kind of operations in different kind of organizations, right? All these companies in the example is some of the well-known companies, and we are going to look at their global strategies. For instance, Boeing is the one that is incorporated in terms of aeroplanes, so the sales and production are worldwide. Any companies that wants to start with their own airplane, right, they are going to associate with Boeing. And then we have Benetton, moves inventory to stores around the world faster than its competition by building flexibility into design, production, and distribution. And then we have Sony, purchases components from suppliers in Thailand, Malaysia, and around the world. Right? And then we have Volvo, considered a Swedish company, but it's controlled by an American company, Ford. And the current Volvo S40 is built in Belgium and shares its platform with Mazda 3 built in Japan and the Ford Focus built in Europe. And then we have Haier. Most of you might have the Haier refrigerator, right? It is a Chinese company, produces compact refrigerators. It has 1/3 of the US market, and wine cabinets. It has half of the US market in South Carolina. All right. When you look at all these examples, you know that when we speak about global strategies, is that you want to acquire all the global operation. You want to acquire with different countries, different organizations from various countries, and you want to associate with them in order to perform differently, to perform uniquely, and to provide with a product or services that is going to be of added value. All right. So some multinational corporations. This is for an overview of why we need globalization, why we need a global operations. All right. We have companies like ICI, Nestle, Philips, Siemens, and Unilever. All right. Their home country is Britain, Switzerland, Netherlands, Germany, Britain, and Netherlands. Right. For instance, if we take Nestle, Nestle is a well-known brand. Most of us, or almost each and every one of us, have used either one product from the Nestle company, right? So this company is made from Switzerland. Switzerland is the home country for Nestle, but when you look at the percentage of sales outside of home country, Nestle holds 98 percentage, which means only 2% of their sale is from Switzerland. Although the country originates from Switzerland, only 2% of the sales is coming out from that particular country. But the remaining 98% is from outside countries, which means countries like Malaysia, China, Indonesia. We are the one that are supporting that particular company. We are the one that is generating sales for that company. And when we look at their percentage of asset outside of home country, 95% of their assets are in various countries apart from Switzerland. You see, the number is 95%, right? Which means that only 5% is in Switzerland. The remaining 95% of asset is not in Switzerland, but in outside countries, in different countries. And the percentage of foreign workforce, when you look at Nestle, 97% of workforce is from foreign countries. Only 3% is their in-house country or home country's workforce. So when we look at all these numbers, right, we can determine that when you want to grow, when you want to globalize your operation, when you want to globalize your company, when you want to globalize your brand, it is important that you are going to acquire strategic resourcing. And all this strategic resourcing, all these strategic operations is going to be on a global focus, right? So that is where you are going to generate your sales, you are going to obtain your assets, and you are going to gain foreign workforce. So whenever you do all these things, whenever you associate with different countries or outside countries, what happens is that indirectly it is going to turn out to increase your overall revenues, your overall profits, and at the same time, it is going to reduce your costs. So some Boeing suppliers or 787, we have firms like Cobham, Rolls-Royce, Smith Aerospace, Bay Systems, Alenia, Torre, right? All these companies are related to being a Boeing suppliers or the association of an airplane. Now, when we look into globalization, we want to know why we need to globalize. Why do we need to expand our company to outside countries? Why can't we just do it in a home country? Right? When we think logically, if you have an innovation, if you have a good idea, a good creativity, you came up with this particular product or services, right? When you market it into the local market, you are only going to attend with the local community. You are only going to get your customers from the local community. But sometimes when your product is too good, when your product is much innovative, right, the potential of you getting into the global market is wide. So that is why you should not stick with the local market only, but instead you are going to try to globalize it. You want to provide your products to the outside world as well. When you want to make this particular product, you cannot only look at suppliers from in a country only, from your home country only. Let's say if I want to make a product, right? If I want to make a product, I should not only go and look for the local suppliers, right? If to obtain the raw materials, I should not only go to the local suppliers, the local providers, but I am going to look at different countries. I'm going to look at China. If China have the materials that I am looking for, then I'm going to associate with them because we have few tangible reasons and intangible reasons to globalize. The first one is that it is going to reduce the cost. Like I said, if I'm going to take my materials from China, it may look like it is going to be expensive, right? Instead of Malaysia, instead of a country that we are in, we are going to take from outside country. Sometimes people think that it is going to be high cost, but then in actual, if you compare with the suppliers of Malaysia and with suppliers from China, you would notice that it is going to reduce your cost so much. And mainly when you are going to buy in bulk, in wholesale, right? So, in terms of labor, in terms of taxes, in terms of tariffs, we have etc. and etc. Right? And it is going to improve your supply chain, right? You are going to relate with different countries. You are going to associate with different countries, organizations that are widely different. And then you are going to provide better goods and services. You are going to understand the markets, not only the local markets, but also the globalized market. And you are going to learn to improve operations and as well attract and retain global talent, right? So that is why we want to globalize. We want to make diversified business so that we can ensure to have much of the tangible reasons as well as intangible reasons. So when we look at reduced costs, right, foreign locations with lower wage rates can lower direct and indirect costs. McLaren World Trade Organization, North America Free Trade Agreement, APEC, CIETO, and Mercosur, right, and also European Union. So these are some of the facts that is going to reduce the cost of the materials, the cost of you importing from another country. And then how are we going to improve the supply chain? We locate facilities closer to unique resources. For example, auto design to California, athletic shoe production to China, perfume manufacturing in France, right? We are going to locate the production, we are going to locate the supply chain based on the capabilities that these companies or these countries has. If California is specialized with auto design, then we are going to find this company to associate with in California. If let's say athletic shoe production, whenever we mention about production, whenever we speak about materials, the first thing comes is the country of China, because the labor cost and the production cost is simply lower in China. So that is why we associate with China whenever we speak about supply chain. It is the most common country that we associate with, right? So these are the reasons that why we want to globalize our businesses. And then we have provide better goods and service. For instance, we are going to provide on-time deliverables, cultural variables, improved customer service, right? Because we are associating with different countries, because we are globalizing our business, that means that the cultural differences, the diversity is going to be there. So when all these diversify variables is going to be there, that means that the customer service is going to be different, unique, as well as improvised from a localized business. And then we have understand markets, right? Interacting with foreign customers and suppliers can lead to new opportunities. Cell phone design from Europe, cell phone fats from Japan, extend the product life cycles. Right. Now, when we globalize our markets, we will look at the diversified inclusion. Right, we are going to look at each country's each particular differentiation of each country, and then we interact with them and make products that is going to relate to them. Right, for instance, when we speak about McDonald's, McDonald's is a US based company. Now, in US, they have pork burgers, they have hamburgers, they have different kind of burgers, right? So when they transform their business, when they bring their business to Malaysia, they are going to transform it as an overall. They are going to ensure that they are going to meet with the local customers. They are going to ensure that they are going to meet with the local customers, as well as meet their satisfaction and identify the uniqueness and the differences in them. So they try to understand the market and adapt towards the market. So, for instance, like I said, when McDonald's is a US based company, it has all these kind of box and all this, right? So when they want to come to Malaysia, they are going to read on the customers, they are going to survey their customers, they are going to interact with the customers, and they are going to evaluate their business model based on how they are going to adapt with the business market, right? So for instance, like McDonald's, when they are coming to Malaysia, they are going to ensure that the company is going to be a halal based company. They want to ensure that it is going to be a company that is going to align with the beliefs and religions view of people in Malaysia as an overview, right? And then we have learned to improve operations, right? When we are going to globalize our company, we have the tendency to improve our operation, because there are multiples of differences in terms of different countries. So we are going to learn to improve operations, remain open to the free flow of idea. For instance, General Motors partnered with a Japanese auto manufacturer to learn equipment and layout have been improved using Scandinavian economic competence. Right? These are some of the examples. How are you going to relate to another company, to another country, in order to ensure that you are going to get free flow of ideas, free flow of knowledge, right? Usually in your companies, when you are working in companies, people tend to send you, the management tend to send you to different countries to obtain knowledge, right? So similarly, in order for us to improvise our company, in order for us to globalize our company, we are going to learn from different countries. We are going to gain the knowledge and the ideas from different countries, and then we are going to implement it in our own country and in our own organization. And then attract and retain global talent. This is one of the main thing, right? When you are going to go for a different organization or different countries, right, you are going to globalize your company. So when you are going to globalize your company, it is important that your workforce is diversified as well. Your workforce has different talents from around the world. So we need to ensure that we are going to attract and retain global talent, offer better employment opportunities, better growth opportunities, and insulation against unemployment, relocate unneeded personnel to more prosperous locations, and incentives for people who like to travel. Okay. When we speak about globalizing, right? When we speak about globalizing, we have one element where we call it as cultural and ethical issues. Like I said earlier, we want to diversify our companies. We want to diversify our operation. But during this diversification, when we are going to globalize our company to another country, right? For like I said, for instance, for of MACD, in their home country, they are selling porks, they are selling hamburgers and all that. But when they come to Malaysia, they cannot do that because companies like McDonald's, they want to attract all the customers. They want to attract the local markets. In order for them to attract the local market, they need to adapt to their cultural values. They need to know what are the things that they can eat, what are the things that the majority of the people in Malaysia are going to like. And they will create their products based on that particular inclusion of people. Right? But sometimes these companies, right? Sometimes you know that companies are going to do a survey. Sometimes some companies do not do their surveys. They simply open their company based on the same rules that is applied in their home country, right? So when that happens, it is going to face cultural and ethical issues, right? Cultures can be quite different based on different countries, based on different people, based on different population, right? So in when you want to speak about globalizing, when you want to speak about globalizing, it is important that you are going to meet the cultural values of the country that you are going to work with, you are going to associate with, right? And attitudes can be quite different towards punctuality, lunch break, environment, intellectual property, thievery, bribery, and also child labor. Each countries and each companies of that particular countries have their differences. And each people, each citizens, and each population of the country have different opinions and views. So if you are a business in your home country, when you want to transform your business to a different country, it is important that you know what are their needs and wants. It is important that you understand their cultural views at first, so that you can address or you can accommodate them accordingly in order for you to have the much profit, the much revenue that you are anticipating of. Okay, and then when we want to operate our company to the global workforce, you may wish to consider national literacy rate, rate of innovation, rate of technology change, number of skilled workers, political stability, product liability laws, export restrictions, variation in language, work ethics, tax rate, inflation, availability of raw materials, interest rate, population, number of miles of highway, and phone system. Now, the reason why the reason we are doing all these consideration before we start globalizing our workforce or before we start globalizing our operation is because we want to ensure that we meet the local customers. It is because we want to meet um, with the overall population of that particular country. We do not target for a small group. We want to target for a larger population. We want to target for a larger group of people so that we can increase our revenues accordingly. So that is why you are going to consider all these things before you start globalizing your operations. Okay. Now, this is an activity, right? This activity would be much suited when we do this as an online, as a live class. But since this is a recording, right? This is a match product and parent. We have the products and then we have the parent company. This is an activity for you to match and find out which company owns which product, right? So the matched production and parent company is as such, right? We have Brown household appliance. It is of Gillette, and then we have Firestone tires, right? Of Bridgestone, Godiva chocolate, Campbell soup, Hagen Dazs, right? We have different products, and then we have different companies. Sometimes we know that this product is of this company, but sometimes we do not know. We just obtain their product only, and then we assume that The product name is the company's name, right? But when we look as an overview, we know that they are different kind of products and they are different kind of companies. Okay, and then we have products to meet with the country. Similarly, right? These are the countries and the products that they are associated with. These are the home countries of the products. Okay. Now we are going to look at developing missions and strategy. Now, when we start with a business, right? Whenever we want to start with a business, we want to start with a new operation. We always look into the mission statement. A mission statement is a statement that is going to tell an organization where it is going, right? And the strategy statement tells the organization how to get there, right? Usually, whenever we want to do something, we always have our mission. Okay, what do I want to complete at this particular point of time? For instance, what is your mission to complete your what is your mission in your diploma for this semester? You want to complete it. You want to ace it with all A's, right? That is your mission. Now, your strategy is that you are going to attend all the class. You are going to listen to all recordings. You are going to do your tutorials accordingly, right? That is your strategy. And in terms of organization, we have similar things as well. Now, when we speak about mission, mission means that where are you going? What are you going to do in a particular period of time? Right? Organization's purpose for being, what do we provide for the society, and provide boundaries and focus. Okay. Now, this is a long mission that we have for um, a specific company called FedEx. Right? FedEx is a courier service company. Now, in the past, we have seen a lot of mission statements that are too long. For instance, in this FedEx mission statement, it is something that is very long and it is going to be tricky when we want to try to read it, understand it, as well as memorize it. But as companies started growing, as the companies started establishing more and more, the company started with developing short mission statement that is going to summarize and simplify the overall mission of the company. For instance, in this one, the mission of Merck is to provide society with superior products and services, innovations and solutions that improve the quality of life and satisfy customer needs, as well to provide employees with meaningful work and advancement of opportunities and investors with a superior rate of return. Right? So these are the kind of mission statements. And then we have Hard Rock Cafe, their mission statement, Arnold Palmer Hospital, even small businesses, large businesses, all businesses should always have the mission statement. The mission statement is the one that is going to drive you to achieve the main point of establishing the company or establishing the businesses in the first place. Okay. Now, when we want to create a mission statement, it is important that you have the philosophy and values, your profitability and growth, your public image, your environment, your customers, and finally the benefit to society. These are the key elements that are key factors that affects a mission statement, that evaluates a mission statement to ensure that this mission statement is the one that is best suited for the company. Now, like I said earlier, or like I showed earlier, we have various sample of company mission. For instance, in this company, the company's mission is to manufacture and service an innovative, growing, and profitable worldwide microwave communication business that exceeds our customers' expectation. Right. Now, this is a simple kind of company mission. And throughout our life, we have seen various mission statement of companies. But when we look into operation management, in each part of operation management, we need to have a different mission statement, right? Usually, we only say the main mission statement of a company. But in the main mission statement of a company, in their operation sector, in their operations management, they would have a different mission. Each mission statement is going to contribute to the same objective of the company, right? But in each and every different levels, in each and every different positions of the operation management, they are going to have different kind of mission statement. For instance, in the Department of Product Design, their mission statement is to design and produce products and services with outstanding quality and inherent customer value. And then we have quality management, product process design, location, layout design, human resources, supply chain management, inventory, scheduling, maintenance, right? All this part is a department in an operation management, and each department have different kind of mission statement. This mission statement is the drive that they are going to have in order for them to obtain to achieve their company's objective. Now, the main objective is shared by everyone, all departments, all people, all staffs, all employees of that particular organization is going to share the same objective. But the mission statement, although we have one main mission statement that is going to contribute to the overall progress of the organization, each levels or each departments of operation management would have different kind of mission statement to support their particular jobs only, right? For locations, this mission statement is based on their jobs only to locate, design, and build efficient and economical facilities that will yield high value to the company, its employees, and the community. Now, this one is only used for this particular position or this particular department only, and different departments have their different missions, but the main mission that all people, all employees of the organization going to share is that to manufacture and service an innovative, growing, profitable worldwide microwave communication business that exceeds our customers expectation. All right, so this is the main one, and these are the subsequent of department missions based on each and every department in operation management. All right. And then we have strategic process. Organization's mission is equals to functional area missions. And in functional area mission, we are going to look at each and every departments, right? As I said, we have one main organization mission, and then we have functional area mission, right? This mission statement is going to focus on each and every departments in an operation management. For instance, we have marketing, we have operation, we have finance, we have accounting, right? I hope you understand for mission statement. And the next one, we are going to look at strategy, right? As I said earlier, when we have a mission statement, in order for us to achieve that mission, we need to have our strategy. We need to know how we are going to achieve that mission statement within that stipulated time period. Now, this strategy is an action plan to achieve mission. Functional areas have strategies, and strategies exploit opportunities and strengths, neutralize threats, and avoid weaknesses. All right. As I said, this strategy is the one that we are going to use in order for us to achieve whatever mission statement that we have established in the beginning. All right. So when we speak about strategies, we have strategies for competitive advantage. All right. Competitive advantage is that we want to make our product, our services to be different and competitive between other companies. We want to ensure that this product, when it goes to the market, it is going to be sustainable and it is going to be a good competitor to other kind of substitute products. All right. So these strategies involve differentiation, cost leadership, and response. Now, in terms of differentiation, it needs to be better or at least different from the other substitute products. And for cost leadership, we want to ensure that the cost is going to be cheaper. And the response is that we are going to have rapid responses. All right. This key elements or these key strategies is the one that is going to be a competitive advantage for your company, so that when you go for a globalization, you need to ensure that you have these elements to stand out from other kind of companies that provide the same product or services as your company. All right. So competing on differentiation, uniqueness can go beyond both physical characteristics and service attributes to encompass everything that impacts customers' perception of value. Safe skin gloves, leading edge product, Walt Disney Magic Kingdom, experience differentiation, Hard Rock Cafe, dining experience, right? When you want to compete on differentiation, whenever you want to feel that you want to expand your business to the global world, you know that this product is available in other countries as well. Let's say if you want to make a water bottle, you know that water bottle is something that is very common, something that is been there for decades and years, right? So when you want to create a business of water bottle, you need to ensure that your water bottle is going to have some added value. It is going to be something that is completely different, or at least have slight differences from other companies. Or if does not have any differences, then you need to have the different experience, right? When you drink from this water bottle, you have different experience, right? You have thermos bottles, you have cold bottles, you have multiples of various bottles that have been coming up day by day, right? So all this is based on differentiation concept. When we speak about water bottle is something that is common. But when you want to have a business that is going to make a water bottle, then it is important that it is going to have a differentiation in terms of uniqueness. It can either be based on their characteristic, the physical presence of the water bottle, or in terms of the services. And then we have competing on cost. Provide the maximum value as perceived by customer does not imply low quality, right? When you are going to sell your product, you need to ensure that you are going to provide the best price possible, right? But when you are going to provide best price possible, it does not mean that you are going to reduce the quality. You need to ensure that your quality is going to be up to the standards that is expected for the price that your customers are going to pay. And we have examples here: Southwest Airlines, secondary airport, no frill services, efficient utilization of equipment. And then we have Walmart, small overhead, shrinkage, and distribution costs. France Courier, no bags, no light, no music, doors on freezers, right? All this is based on competing on costs. And then we have competing on response. At today's point of business operation, people are tending have more focus in terms of responses. They want to ensure that whenever they have inquiries, you are going to provide them with fast or rapid responses. So let's say people nowadays are more involved with online purchases. So in terms of online purchases, whenever they have any inquiry, they will expect that this company is going to reply them immediately, right? So the time that they give for the reply is not more than 1 hour. Usually it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes. These customers do not want to wait longer, right? They are going to wait for you for a short period of time, and if you are not going to reply within that particular time, they are not going to make purchase with you, because for them it is important that you are going to respond to them in a fast and efficient manner. All right. So flexibility is matching market changes in design innovations and volume, institutionalized at Hewlett Packard. Reliability is meeting schedules, government fashion industry. Timeliness in quickness in design, production, and delivery. Johnson's Electronic, Gungas, Motorola, right? When we speak about response, it is not only about communication, it is about institutionalization. And then it is about your quickness in terms of design, in terms of your production, in terms of delivery, in terms of your customer satisfaction. Now, When we speak about OM's contribution to strategy, we have operations decision and then we have competitive advantage. All right, this is something that you need to know. All right, we have product, quality, process, location, layout, human resource, supply chain, inventory, scheduling, and maintenance. These are the sub-terms under the operation department. And then we have examples. Sony's constant innovation of new products. It is based on design. And then each of the companies has their differences in terms of flexibility, delivery, quality, after sales service, and product line. And their competitive advantage is that it is based on differentiation, response, and cost leadership. Better differentiation, faster response, and cheaper cost leadership. All right. And then we have 10 strategic OM decisions, a goods and service design, quality, process and capacity design, location selection, layout design, human resource and job design, supply chain management, inventory, scheduling, and maintenance. Right? These are an overview of whatever that we have seen earlier, right? In here, as well as the subsequent of the elements that we have seen earlier in the department section. Okay, now we are going to look at each and every part of the strategic operation management decision. The first one is goods and services. Okay, operations decision, goods and services, quality, process, and capacity design. Product is usually tangible, product is not tangible. And these are the differences in terms of goods and services. Quality, many objective standards, many subjective standards, right? When you speak about goods, you can evaluate it based on objective standards. You can tell that, okay, this quality is good, the design is good, the material is accurate and all that. But when we speak about services, it has subjective standards, because services is that you are going to meet with pupils actual requirement, right? If you are going to make food, right, food is a service, right? Cooking a food is a service. So when you want to cook, people have different requirements. Some of them want it spicy, some of it want it less salt, some of them want it as less oily, right? All these are subjective based on pupil or based on customers. And then in the process, customers are not involved, but in the process of services, customer may be directly involved and capacity must match with demand. And then in terms of location and selection, the goods is near raw materials and labor. The service is near customers. And then we have layout design, human resource and job design. All right. This is something for you to go through it in your own pace, right? In order for you to better understand about each and every elements of operation decision. Okay. Right. So we will stop this recording until here. Right, and the next part of this chapter 2 would be discussed in the live session in our class next week. All right, I hope that you have the grasp of what I'm trying to say in the beginning of this chapter. And in the order of any questions that you have, make sure to let me know for me to address them accordingly. As well, please ensure that you are going to do the activity for this chapter as much as that we have completed. All right. And I will see you all next week. Thank you.